Hi, I'm Pastor Hubie Mann, and this is our Tuesday, September the 5th edition of Tuesday Connections here at Eastminster Press. If you've been with us this fall, you know we've been in a sermon series that we've been preaching through the book of 1 Corinthians. And in the very first sermon out of chapter 1, I shared with you all that 1 Corinthians is a very helpful book to us as Christians because the same kind of problems that they were dealing with in the church in the first century just seem to come back and rear their ugly heads again, generation after generation. And so I said it's going to be a very relevant book to what we're dealing with today in our culture as well. And as we come to this coming Sunday, we're going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, which deals with the topic of sexual immorality. It's a serious topic. It's an adult topic. And I had indicated that we would warn you if when we would come to such things in 1 Corinthians. So I'm letting you know that this Sunday is going to be one of those Sundays. And so there's two things I'm going to ask you to do in preparation for Sunday. The first is I'm going to challenge you to read 1 Corinthians chapter 5 before you come to church. And even beyond that, if you would also read in chapter 6, verses 15 through 20, where Paul also delves into the subject of sexual immorality in the church. Because I just want to hit all this in one Sunday. So I'm going to preach from 1 Corinthians 5. It's 13 verses, and then the 5 verses from 1 Corinthians 6 I'll include as well. So you've only got, actually it's 6 verses. You only have 19 verses to read in advance. So I would challenge you, encourage you to do that. You'll be better prepared for our discussion on Sunday. The second thing is, if you have kids or grandkids who are going to be with you, you're going to want to make sure that this is a week that you send them to Children's Church with Miss Kelly. This is not the week to keep them in for the entire worship service. If they go with Miss Kelly, they're going to have a fun, age-appropriate lesson that they'll have a great time as well. So that's this coming Sunday. All right. Also, this coming Sunday, after the second service, we will be having sorting day for our Hands of Hope mission that we support. And so we would encourage you to come back. If you're at the first service, come back after the second service to join in. Or if you're at the second service, just stay after. And we will be serving lunch. We'll have pizza for all those who are helping to do the sorting day. And then one last thing, and that is fall barbecue. Last week we talked about that. We will be having a special event we're calling the Fall Barbecue on Saturday, October the 14th. It goes from 4:30 to 7. From 4:30 to 6, we'll have fun and games for kids and adults and youth for all ages. And then from 6 to 7, we'll be having some barbecue. So if you don't already have that circled on your calendar, mark that down and plan to be with us. And then finally, I owe an apology to all the Georgia Tech fans that I offended last week in the Tuesday Connections when I said that on the day of the fall barbecue that Georgia Tech had a bye, and so y'all didn't have to worry about losing that day. Well, my Clemson Tigers put on such a debacle last night, all right, that I have to eat some crow and admit that Clemson also has a bye on October the 14th. So I'm looking forward to the fact that we won't be able to lose that day either. All right, and all you Georgia fans and Tennessee fans and whoever else, you can just laugh but I'm going to eat some crow today. But anyway, make sure you're coming out to the fall barbecue, no matter who you support on the gridiron. All right, that's it for today, and I look forward to seeing you really soon at church.